If you've read the title of this video, you're probably asking yourself right now, okay, but is it worth it to challenge those big assumptions, those big social rules? And is it worth it to challenge them when it seems like everyone follows them, when everyone is literally telling you you should do that? Because you might be asking yourself, okay, but it probably makes sense if everyone is following them. Let me tell you a story. Yesterday there was that big exam, the big exam of my country. Every single student in my country has to do this exam, but it actually doesn't count. And so most teachers try to tell you that it's really important, you should do it, attentively, and you should focus. They even take your phone, they make you, do more than like for every single test, and there are several parts to it. You have to make a signature and all of those kinds of things. They try to make it, official, a big thing, and they tell you, you have to take it seriously. But there I was yesterday. I had this test in front of me, and then I had my laptop there in front of me too. So I had my headphones on, and on one tab I was literally cutting the video of tomorrow, and on the other tab I was literally listening to music. And that was totally illegal too, listening to music. No one besides my classmate beside me saw that I was actually cutting my videos. And every single time the teacher came around, I was just there switching to the music, and then I just did as if everything was normal, everything was fine. I was doing the test, and and you should have seen my classmate's face. He was like, "Bro, what the fuck?" He didn't say anything, but his face was like, "Bro, what the fuck?" He just came around and he lets you do your things on your laptop, bro. That's crazy. That's the power of questioning social rules or rules in general. Now, I don't think you should question every single rule, but the ones that to you sound like, why should I even do that? Yeah, I should do it because everyone does it. Those are the rules that pay off to challenge and to do the opposite, to not follow them. The ones that you think to yourself, bro, why should I do that? Like, it makes no sense to me. And you just follow them because everyone else is following them. Especially if those rules, are not like going to get you in jail or things like that. Obviously, I wouldn't challenge rules like don't kill people or don't rob anything or things like that. But for the other rules that are more like social rules, like, don't do this in a social place, or dress like that, or, do that, and all of those kinds of bullshit things that everyone thinks that we have to follow because it's just a rule, right? I like questioning those things, and I've seen that it pays off every single time. Yesterday was just an example, but there are many, many other ones in my life, and I bet that if you start to question things, you will start to have many examples in your lives too. Like, another one that came to my mind right now is last year I was in Quebec, Canada, and I got into a French speaking school near a beautiful park. Beautiful park. But at school they told me that the park was closed because last year the students were there going to fight, and so they were making fights and stabbing each other, and so they just closed the park. But I wanted to see. I questioned that thing too, and so I went there, and there was no sign that you couldn't enter. So what did I do? I just entered the park. I went for my first walk in it, and it was awesome. I see if I have any videos, I will post them. You could literally, there were some ducks, there were the squirrels and things like that, the birds. It was just beautiful, bro. And guess what? There was no one there because everyone thought that it was closed, right? And so for the whole year, because I challenged one assumption, one rule that was not even a rule because there were no like signs telling you couldn't enter the park, I I just discovered a new amazing place where I would literally go pretty much every single lunch break, and yeah, just beautiful. There, as I said, are many other occasions in which questioning things paid off so much, especially, and I will tell you this, especially when everyone is there stressing about that thing, everyone is there telling you should do it and it's really important, but somehow there is a voice in your mind telling you, bro, why is everyone stressing out about this? Like yesterday, this exam doesn't even count, just an official thing. Why is everyone stressing about it? When you hear that voice, try to challenge that assumption. Try to ask yourself, okay, what happens if I just do my stuff or do something else? Okay, worst case scenario, I just get a bad grade in that exam that doesn't count anyways. Who cares? Fuck it, just do it. Worst case scenario, if I get into that park and it was actually not allowed to, worst case scenario, I say, I didn't know. I didn't know, I'm not from here, That's it, that's all. And yeah, so easy. So very often we stress about bullshit things just because everyone says you should. And as soon as you start questioning assumptions, you will see that you will start, like, your life will get so much better, because there's so many things we think that we cannot do, even though we can. And yeah, it's just so, I think, a waste of our potential to not question things that everyone tells us we should actually, not question. So I hope this was at least a reminder to try, a reminder to question things, to not take everything, all of those social and other rules for, granted, for something that has to be followed because everyone follows them, especially when your inner voice is telling you, bro, why should I do this? Try to challenge it and you will see what happens. For me, at least, 99% of the times, it's so worth it. Anyways, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. I wish you all the best and hope to see you in tomorrow's ice bath video. Ciao.